and workshop group. Wanting to share transformational tips she's learned through the years, Carrie recently started writing songs to enhance her teachings and happened to find just the right pianist-composer to help her produce and record her inspirations. Please join me in welcoming Chris and Carrie Ishee.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Is that good? You listen?
Kind of.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
that?
kind of. Please
You
keep
can
going.
kind of hear me?
Yeah,
Kind of.
this mic is being...
Okay.
Who's cantankerous?
Come join me, sister so dear, brother of mine, enter in kind, welcome right here, moment so dear, space so sublime, a place where we'll thrive. Come join me here, eyes full of wonder, come join me here, hearts full of love. Let go of thoughts, let go of thinking, enter this moment, be present now. Your presence is my presence I give to you. Your presence is my presence I give to you. From all my days, I've come to find a state so marvelous, an inner gold mine. Humans were made with a special state inside, tuned to its resonance, where peace resides. Let go of thoughts, let go of thinking, enter this moment, be present now. Let go of thoughts, let go of thinking, enter this moment, be present now. Your presence is my presence I give to you. Your presence is my presence I give to you. When morning comes, this state it speaks to me. Live from here, enter in, my dear. Breathe this openness, love with clarity, see with tenderness, accept all with your heart. Let go of thoughts, let go of thinking, enter this moment, be present now. Let go of thoughts, let go of thinking, enter this moment, be present now. Your presence is my presence I give to you. Your presence is my presence I give to you. Your presence is my presence I give to you. Your presence is my presence I give to you. I give to you. Come join me. Come join me. Join me. Now go ahead and close your eyes. And just let yourself feel yourself in this moment, supported by the chair behind you and beneath you.
Carrie. You know better. You get yourself up here. Come on, Chris. May we please? That's better. Our pleasure. Thank you. And ours. Good morning, everybody on Zoom. Good morning, everybody in the sanctuary. And good morning, everybody on Facebook.
All right.
Wherever you are. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
We looked out the window to the backyard this morning and saw that it can only be described as a Santa Fe sky because there's no other color in the world like that. And I said, because one of the pieces of our morning time that Denise and I do is we share our intentions for the day. And I said, I'm going to have a whole day that feels like that. Well, here we are, August 4th. Already. And hasn't it been a bang-up year so far? Woo!
And the best is yet to come.
I believe you.
Yes.
Because as Deanna Joy speaks, so it is. So my talk title today, well, first my theme for August is I wonder as I wander. And the implication is both curiosity, wondering as we move about and we do our best to see things with new eyes, and wonder, being in wonder, being wonder, being wonderful, feeling that rising of wonder in us where it's easy for us to see things that take our breath away or to have things happen where we go, oh, there it is. There's wonder right there. So I have to start with a story today because this happened yesterday and this morning. And since we're still really focusing on working those faith muscles, I have to share it with you. Yesterday, Denise and I went out to do a couple of errands, and our first stop was the mailbox. And our mailbox has a little key. And Denise came to the side of the car, my side of the car, handed me the mail, maybe the key, I wasn't sure, as we thought about it later, but definitely handed me this stack of mail. Well, I always keep the mailbox key in the same place Because if I didn't, anyway, I always keep the mailbox key in the same place, and it has a yellow tag. So it's really easy to identify because it's the only key that has a yellow tag. We realized later, after we had completed our errands and we got home, that the mailbox key was not where it goes in my car. And we looked all over for it. Denise walked back to the mailbox, searched the car, looked all over for it, and it was nowhere to be found. And I said, it will become obvious. It will tell us where it is, and it will become obvious. Now, people often ask me to do prayer for lost things because, you know, I have connections. But last night, I found myself, and your song is so perfect for this. I found myself not able to relax and go to sleep because I was wondering, my brain, not mine, not the part that knew that it would become obvious, that it was safe and it would become obvious. But my brain had to know where it was. Well, let's see. If it was in my lap, it could have fallen out at Home Depot in the parking lot, and that would not be good. Oh no, but wait a minute. If it's safe and it becomes obvious, then someone would have turned it in. All these conversations I was having with myself. Anybody know what I mean? And I kept just going back to, it's safe and it will become obvious. It's safe, and well, I must have done that enough times that finally I put myself to sleep. Because I do know I went to sleep, but it took me a while to get the brain to stop working on where in the world this key was. When the brain didn't know, I mean, it was trying to figure out something that it totally didn't know the answer to. Bless its heart. This morning, we got into the car to come here. And the very first thing my eyes fell on was the key. It wasn't where it belonged. No. It was tucked behind something else, but I saw that little yellow tag. And I went, oh, there it is. It was obvious. We sometimes, or I'm not even going to say we, I'll say some of us, can get a little rattled, frustrated, unnerved by a light that suddenly turns red when we want to make a left-hand turn. I'm not talking about anybody in particular, Denise. But it's, you know, I'm not talking about the big things. I'm talking about the little stuff. The little, it's like a little tiny pebble in our shoe, where just for that moment, it throws us off our game. It distracts us from the peace of mind we had a second before. Isn't that silly? That we can be we who practice remembering the truth, who practice settling ourselves at the center of peace. We who practice remembering who we are, what we're doing here, and how to go about revealing that life, that presence, that life force in the best way that we can, how we can get so out of whack with one little tiny thing. Little tiny thing. Now, at the moment, it doesn't seem so tiny. I understand. I have compassion. And why do I have compassion? Because I've been there and done that. Now, that's not to say that it doesn't happen to me ever anymore. Because believe me, when I thought my entire hip had left its joint, and somehow my body, not really, but it felt like it, when I was trying to manage too heavy a trash bag into a dumpster and lift the lid and etc. I wasn't, believe me, I wasn't thinking about being centered and home and what I could do to be all that I know that I am. I was hanging on to the dumpster for dear life so I wouldn't fall. What's interesting, looking back on that experience, which happened Tuesday?
No,
Or Wednesday. Wednesday. And I went to the ER and blah, blah, blah. And I'm fine now, except I have a little pull, but I'm fine now. What's really interesting about that experience that is different, that I notice is different from my previous life experience up till now. Any life experience that we've had up till now is previous. This morning, brushing our teeth is previous. So up till now, I may have gotten very busy blaming myself for what I really thought was a horrific and serious injury. And as I was walking along the dumpster, holding onto the dumpster until I could get to the wall, and walking along the wall, holding onto the wall until I could get to the office, it never once crossed my mind that I had done a stupid thing. And that's new. I never once blamed myself, even though I could have justifiably said a little something to myself about maybe you could have asked for help or waited for help or, done this differently. maybe you could have avoided this whole business happening with your body. Never once. I was just focused on my body and trying to get safely somehow with nobody around to my phone so I could call Denise. Well, obviously I made it. And thanks to the extraordinary attention and care that I received like that at St. Vincent's, it was taken very seriously, blah, blah, blah. You know, they did everything they needed to do to rule out. But you want to know, talk about I wonder as I wander, and part of that being about wonder. I mean, like, jaw-dropping wonder. My hip put itself back without any help from anybody. By the time they took the x-rays, which by now is probably an hour from when I did this little number, my hip had, what did they call it?
Reduced.
It had reduced. It had gone back, completely back into place, and my hip was fine. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I think the body is amazing anyway, with all the things that it does without any help from me, thank God. Because I couldn't beat my heart if I tried. I couldn't figure out how to make all of the things in my head and the rest of my body work to make my heart beat or my lungs breathe, or it does all these amazing things, but it also puts itself back together. Just like, oh, well, this is where I belong. Signs and wonders. Signs and wonders. We asked to be shown a sign. Now, did I have a sign that I may want to give up lifting bags that are too heavy into a ridiculous dumpster that actually saved me? Absolutely. I may want to rethink that the next time. Actually, I may want to think about there not being a next time.
Yeah.
But nothing else would have held my weight like that dumpster did. So even though what led to the moment is questionable at best, although it made perfect sense at the time, I'm not unaccustomed to lifting heavy things and, you know, throwing them over my head. And anyway, yet I have to look, and this is what I'm talking about with signs and wonders. I had to look at all the little pieces that made it possible for me to be okay. All of the things that contributed to me being okay when there was no one around to facilitate that. It just had to be available. And so I see the dumpster differently. Right? I see the dumpster as something that actually supported me. I see the wall of the building as something that made it easy for me to take these tiny little, and I'll tell you, I was scared. I was scared out of my wits that I had done something really, I don't even want to say, to this brand new titanium, wonderful, incredible part of my body. But the wall was there to help me, and everything was level to help me. And I could manage to get into the office, and mind you now, the office is empty. So there's no furniture, except for one thing. What is left in an office, oh, well, I'll give you a hint. What is left in an office that has its own bathroom where you can sit? Because if I got on the floor, it would, forget about it. I didn't know how in the world or if I would be able to get up. But there it was. My little place to sit. And there Denise was, instantly on the other end of the phone, saying, "What's up?" Because I called her on her work number, which I never do. And she came immediately, and off we went. And I was able to get to the car, and I was able to sit in the seat of the car. And I know this doesn't sound like your everyday Sunday sermon, but what I want you to see is the miracles in everything. Mm-hmm. The wonder in everything. And then my hip put itself back together. I'm just saying, how do you take something like that for granted? Because I stand before you today, and I walked a lot in Home Depot yesterday. I walked a lot in Sprouts yesterday. I walked about just like normal in my house. I did the same this morning, getting ready to come here. And here I am standing before you as if nothing happened. Please, don't take a single thing for granted. Don't take a single moment with a single person for granted. Don't take a single opportunity to be someone's present and to receive their presence as your present. I have a new feeling about the phrase, we haven't a moment to waste.
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling is that we haven't a moment to waste. I feel it differently now. Not because what happened to me was life-threatening. It didn't have to be. It scared me to bits. And I had no idea what the process of putting me back together was going to be. I cannot explain to you how filled with gratitude, every Sunday I say how filled with gratitude I am to be standing here as your senior minister, getting to play together and be together and love on each other and celebrate life together. But I have never been more grateful than today. This is a whole new level of gratitude, and I thought I really had the levels pretty down. We overlook so many opportunities to give love, to be love, to give gratitude, to be gratitude, to live this life as the gift that it is and give it away with open hearts and open minds and open eyes and a willingness. How many of you are watching the Olympics? Some, anyway. Well, how many of you are watching the Olympics? A lot. And to me, even though there are many sports that I enjoy watching, it is about the sports. It's about what the Olympics represents. It's about honoring these athletes that have worked for a lifetime, in some cases, to be able to be there. We have no reason. We don't need Olympics. We have no reason to not feel that way about our own life, because we have lived a lifetime to be here. And so it is.
Here's a little song about drawing in higher consciousness. Bringing you higher, higher, inspired. cells. Higher, higher, inspire, inspire. Imagine yourself up in the sky, looking right down, answering your whys, guiding you forth with purpose and love, heeding the call from up above. Singing higher, higher, inspire, inspire. Invite me in behind your eyes, seeing your life full of surprise, seeing the heart in each of our beings, open or shut. What does that bring? Entering into yourselves, lighting up your golden cells. Entering into yourselves, lighting up your golden cells. Higher, higher, inspire, inspire. Higher, inspire. Higher, higher, inspire, inspire. Higher, inspire, inspire. Entering into yourselves, lighting up your golden cells. Entering into yourselves, lighting